Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the road trip ready trivia quiz made to be played while riding in your car. Today's episode, Brainy Tuesday number 26. Today is a Brainy Tuesday, so the questions are tough, but it's also a pit stop quiz, so the questions are shorter, the answers come faster. The name of the game today is speed, so you gotta be smart, you gotta be fast, it's gonna be tough. Good luck. Let's get started with question number 1. What term is given to compounds that contain exactly the same number of atoms, but differ from each other by the way the atoms are arranged? If they have the same number of atoms that are arranged differently, they are called isomers. Question number 2. The second book in his war trilogy, James Jones' novel The Thin Red Line, was a sequel to what earlier work for which he had won a U.S. National Book Award? It was a sequel to From Here to Eternity. Question number 3, known as the Merry Monarch, who was crowned as King of England in 1661 with the restoration of the monarchy after the English Civil War and the period of Puritan rule? The Merry Monarch was Charles II. Question number 4. Collectively known as the ABC Islands, the Caribbean islands of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao are in the South Caribbean off the coast of what country? They are off the north coast of Venezuela. Question number 5. What Broadway musical, later turned into a film starring Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer, was based on the play The Trapp Family Singers? The answer is The Sound of Music. Question number 6. Stolen from the Louvre in Paris in 1911, what painting was recovered over 2 years later and is today considered the most valuable painting in the world? The answer is the Mona Lisa. Question number 7. What famous 1952 American novel by Nobel Prize winner John Steinbeck is loosely based on the biblical story of Cain and Abel? The answer is East of Eden. Question number 8. The Earth is approximately 93 million miles from the Sun, but which planet, composed mostly of hydrogen and helium, lies approximately 484 million miles from the Sun? That planet is Jupiter. Question number 9. What is the term used in the field of dentistry to refer to the condition of the gums when they are red, swollen, and occasionally bleeding due to poor oral hygiene? That condition is known as gingivitis. Question number 10. To whom did Pope Leo X give the title Defender of the Faith in 1521 for his book which defended the Catholic Church against the early criticisms of Martin Luther? The first defender of the faith was Henry VIII. Question number 11. What term in music derived from the Greek word for air, is used to refer to an elaborate composition for solo voice with instrumental accompaniment. Like air, that word is aria. Question number 12, from the French verb that means to jump. What is the name of the process in which food is cooked in butter or fat in a skillet over high heat until it is lightly browned? That verb is sauté or sautéing. Question number 13, a key figure in the Enlightenment. What was the pen name under which the French author-philosopher François-Marie Arouet published his works? You know Francois better as Voltaire. Question number 14. What is the medical term for the yellowing of the skin in the eyes that can be caused by many factors including hepatitis, gallstones, or tumors? The yellowing of the skin is jaundice. Question number 15. What Greek trickster, son of the Titan Iapetus and one of the Oceanids, Clymene, stole fire from the gods and gifted it to humanity, much to the chagrin of Zeus? The answer is Prometheus. Question number 16. What English poet wrote the lines, "She cannot fade, though thou hast not my bliss, I forever wilt thou love, and she be fair," in his poem, Ode on a Grecian Urn? Ode on a Grecian Urn was written by John Keats. Question number 17. John Marshall was probably the most distinguished of the early Chief Justices of the U.S. Supreme Court. What U.S. president appointed Marshall to this position? John Keats, John Marshall, he was appointed by John Adams. Question number 18. Name the whaling ship which was commanded by Captain Ahab and described in detail by the narrator Ishmael in the 1851 American novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville. That ship was called the Pequod. Question number 19. Pablo Picasso was a leader of what popular art movement of the early 20th century in which the artist simplified the world into geometric shapes? The name of that art movement was Cubism. And question 20. What country located in western South America boasts over 4,000 miles of Pacific coastline and contains the Atacama Desert and the city of Valparaiso? The answer is Chile. Chile is the answer. That wraps up the first 20 questions of today's quiz. And like most quizzes, there are some words, some names, and some places in there that I have difficulty pronouncing. So sometimes I just zip through them, sometimes I look them up, but I always read all of the comments. And if a viewer corrects me on how to pronounce something, especially if they're from that area, I always listen. A couple years ago, Constance Reyes corrected me on how to pronounce Curacao. I think I pronounced it Curacao on that quiz, but thank you to Constance for pointing that out. Hopefully I did better this time. If I didn't, if I missed some in this quiz, you can leave me a comment down below and let me know which words I mispronounced. But Let's get ready right now for question 21, the tiebreaker. It began with the Black Thursday and Black Tuesday stock market crashes and ended when Germany invaded Poland. How many years did the Great Depression last? Whoever guesses the closest wins the point. The Great Depression lasted for 10 years from 1929 to 1939. You don't have to get it right on 10 years. Whichever player got closest to 10 years is going to win that point. If after question 20 there was a tie, whoever just won that point just won the whole game. Congratulations, thank you for watching. Make sure you catch us on the next trip, and one last thank you to Constance for helping me work on my pronunciation. I'll see you guys on the next trip.